Good Saturday morning, YouTube pipe community with Dunhill in the background. Sun coming up, coffee going down. It was a rough week this week. Our first dose of winter. As you all know, I work outside for a living, and there was days where it was like a high of 18, 22 degrees, and then with the wind chill factor, it was cold. Usually takes a blast or two to get back used to it again, and then you're usually all right for the most part. Today, I believe it's going to be back up in the 50s, but rain. Just a quick note, I didn't announce when I was going to end that Christmas contest. It'll be next Saturday. I didn't announce the contest. It's on my last video. If you haven't seen it, you want in, check it out. Next Saturday, I'll have the winners. I'll have the drawing. I got some gifts in this week. Both of them I'm really looking forward to. But this one is super rare. Cole, Big Country Briar, sent me 1942, 81 years old, Edgeworth Sliced. Look at it! He acquired a couple samples and he'd sent me some. Right off the bat, I'm not a big white burley guy, but I can't wait to try this. I've been really lucky in the pipe community, the pipe smoking hobby. I've had just about everything that you could think of, the super rare blends. I've had them all at one time or another. All the Esotericas, the Balkan Sobranis, the Germains, Kingfisher, Pelican. I mean, I've had them all. All the white whales, pretty much. This is one I don't think I've ever had unless I had it at a meetup, pipe meetup somewhere. Let's check this out. If I can even get it open, there we go. It's dry. What do you expect? It smells like faint cocoa. It smells like, it's going to sound strange, it smells like dust. You ever associate something that reminds you of like dust? It reminds me of a wet barn you'd walk into. I have enough for several bowls. Like I said, it's very dry, very dark. It's not a very good angle. I'll have to do some better angles on it, but it ain't very dark. It is dark. It's black. Like I said, all I really get is a light, faint smell whiff of cocoa. Let me get my pipe packed, and I'll give you my honest thoughts. And we're back. Got the char light going. Instant blast of molasses. Deep, dark, rich molasses. Like a Christmas cookie baking spices. And at least for me, although it is a little bitey as well. 1942, 81 years old, and it's biting me. Not bad, but I can feel it coming on if I don't slow my cadence. Cole said he wanted to give me this a while ago, and he forgot. His stipulation was he wanted me to smoke this in my birth year, 1969 Dunhill. Look at it! Beautiful pipe. All my estate pipes, my Dunhill estate pipes, are like mint condition. I mean, there's really deals, good deals you can find. You just got to look for them. I mean, there isn't a thing wrong with this pipe. I mean, it's like brand new. My birth year. Very nice ring grain. You can see it out here, but it's there. And the other stipulation was he had sent me a 1969 Zippo, and he put a pipe insert in it already for me. Very cool, awesome. Dunhill, no, get over here. Hey. I was kind of hoping I didn't care much for this because obviously I'll probably never have it again. It's one of those rare special treats. But I could see what all the hype was about this. I'll show some more closer up, better pictures. Cocoa, deep, dark, rich molasses, like I said, baking spices. It reminds me of some other blends. I just can't put them. You know what it is? One of them is the hiking, the cobblestone, the hiking. I can't rave enough about that stuff. That was one of my reviews I done there probably a year or two ago now. And I wasn't a big burly guy then either. And that stuff was just like a molasses, dark chocolate bomb. Fantastic stuff. I got over 20 tins of that stored in my cellar. But it reminds me of a couple other blends as well. If you've had this, leave your thoughts, comments below. The Christmas contest video, I didn't answer many comments. I just liked them all because there's so many. I don't have the time to go through all them and answer them. But the general consensus was a lot of you, most of you had said spending time with your family, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, and your grandparents. And that was the same with me growing up. Like I said, I'm 54, almost 55. And they don't do things today like they did back then. It seems like every generation gets less and less family oriented. When we were kids, my brother and I and my mom and dad, we would look forward to going to my aunt's house, my uncle's house, all my grandparents' house, and just visiting every house, having different snacks and food at every house, opening a little present or something that they might have gotten you. And then we always enjoyed when they all came and visited us, showing my aunt, my uncle, my grandparents, whatever, my presents that I got when I was a kid. That was always a great memory. I got so many great memories when I was a kid. I'll just share a couple more real fast. Another one was my mom was real Catholic, and when we were kids, we went to Catholic schools all our life. I don't go to church now anymore, but I was an altar boy and all that back in the day. And we always had to go to Mass on Christmas morning. While the other kids got to open their presents, we got to open our presents and we had to go to church. We didn't get to play with them till we got home. So then later on, we started talking her in 2 years later, going to Christmas Eve Mass. And then we'd come home, we'd get to open up one present, one small present, Christmas Eve. That was a tradition. Yeah, there. The pipe lighter's too small for my big hands. Dog's getting into everything out here. Another memory I have is when we were kids, we had went to bed one night. Me and my brother always tried to stay up all night. We were on the fence whether Santa Claus was still real or not. And I even went as far as like looking it up in the encyclopedia, the North Pole and all that. I did all that. We would try and stay up all night and kept looking out the window waiting to see if we would see him, and we never made it. We always fell asleep. Another quick memory was I worked all my life. Ever since I was like 13 years old, I worked. I delivered newspapers when I was a kid. Never stopped. Once I got the taste of money, I always had to have it. And I can remember delivering newspapers in the brutal winters. I mean, it was just freezing outside. I had to go up and down all these hills delivering newspapers. And every day in the month of December, they had a little square corner up in the paper. They had a countdown to Christmas. 18 more days, 15 more days, 12 more days, like a little cartoon. And I would always look at that every day and be so excited and couldn't wait till Christmas. One Christmas, we hurry up and ran downstairs. My brother would always go towards the stocking first and look for candy. And one Christmas, we ran downstairs and we seen footprints, white footprints, coming from the stockings going up the steps. And we were sure then that that was definitely Santa Claus. And here it was by accident. My dad had put powder in his boots. And when he took them off, he made a trail across the floor. And I'll never forget that. I remember that. I just have so many, I can't go through them all. One more quick one. This is a newer one. Since I've been living where I'm at now and bought my own house. We always had big parties up here, big family and friends parties in our rec room for years. I mean, big parties, 50, 60 people, easy. And me and my brother and my cousins and some friends were outside at our party smoking. I was smoking a cigar. Cold, it just started to freeze. The weather was changing. People were getting ready to have to leave to go home because the weather was getting bad, and I live out in the country. And we were out there, and it just started to snow, and we heard a loud noise. I told this story before. We heard a loud noise, and my road in front of my house starts to gradually go uphill. Not down, it's uphill. And we heard a loud noise like metal scraping, and we were looking up onto the road. Here, a truck was flying up the road, took off, did a donut, spun out, went upside down, and was spinning up the road on its roof, upside down, spinning past my house, going uphill, sparks flying and everything. And that's something you're never gonna forget. We were like half all gooned up drinking, and we were like, what the hell? That had just happened within the last 10 years. Me and my friends and cousins, we all ran up to the road to try to help the guy. And every step we took up the road, we would slide back down too, because it was just black ice. And there was a blind spot with a hump coming down that road. And we were worried somebody's going to hit him head on, but we eventually got him stopped and we had traffic stop. But that's something you'll never forget. Also, I want to mention Tyler, living my best cigar life in Moundsville, West Virginia here, is really starting to amp up his pipe tobacco sales. He's starting to get some more stuff in. He got some Samuel Gawith in. He got some Cap staying in, Scudo, some Cornell and Dio and GLPs. He's starting to really get some good stuff in. And his prices are pretty close to online sales. I told him before, a lot of people that follow me, most people aren't in this area, but I don't know if he got his website up and running officially fixed yet, but I'm going to leave his name and number. You can call him. And if he can get you something you're looking for, he will get it for you, and he will ship it to you. Even if you can't buy it directly on a website, he'll ship it to you in the mail. So give him a call, check him out, what you're looking for. Living my best cigar life in Moundsville. That's really about all I got going on. I got another gift in the mail this week from Bill. I don't want to say his last name. Most of you know what that is. Look at it! LJ Peretti Thanksgiving Blend. 4-ounce block. Brick. I can't remember if I've had this before or not. It's definitely, an aromatic type blend, but it smells fantastic. I'm going to review that next weekend when I announce the winners of the contest. Be a little bit more festive type tobacco. Yeah, I'm not an aromatic smoker anymore. But that smells pretty good. I'm going to give it a go and see what we got. Is this the best blend I ever had before? No. If I could find it, I would probably buy it. I know the prices on a tin like this now would be $200, $250 for a tin of tobacco. But the way I look at it, how many enjoyable smokes do you get out of that? A bowl. How many smokes do you get out of one tin where you can savor it for a few years if you wanted to? At least that's how I justify spending that much. I think the most expensive tin I ever bought was Kingfisher. Like I said, next Saturday I'll announce the winners of the contest. I want to thank Cole and I want to thank Bill for the gifts. The taste doesn't change on this, but it's very smooth. The bitiness seemed to start to go away. And actually this pipe, for being a 1969, is not broken in. So it needs to be broken in as well. I almost would have put this in a cob, but Cole wanted me to put it in my birth year pipe. So my next smoke will be in a cob. And I'm on the fence about the lighter. My hands are too big for that damn thing. I'm trying to bobble it around like a... Guess it's something you get used to. Oh, quick update. The rec room is done. All I got to do is cosmetics. I got to put like the outlets back in the wall and new caps on them. New, what the hell you want to call it? New covers. New covers on that. The trim's all done. I just got to clean up my mess and start putting everything back. First thing I'm going to do is put my custom built bar shelves back on the wall with my lighting, glass display cases, get that back up. The carpet's coming this week, this Thursday and Friday, and everything will be completely done. This video's went on long enough. It's definitely the oldest tobacco I've ever smoked. Still full of flavor. It didn't lose anything. Like I said, the moisture content was dry, but perfect. I'm going to watch some good college football this weekend. get some pipes made. I want to thank whoever bought my pipe. I made one pipe again last week. It sold in 20 minutes. Get some pipes made this weekend. Watch some good football. I'll be back next Saturday with the winners. Talk to you boys and girls later.